Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, October 5th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 676 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Sculpture of George Floyd vandalized in New York City. Largest human trafficking sting in Ohio history nets 161, including city councilmen. Coast Guard, divers find undersea pipeline damage. McConnell is not bluffing on debt ceiling, neither are rank-and-file Republicans. Official says 4,000 feet of pipeline in California oil spill has been moved, 13-inch split found. People are criticizing a woman on TikTok for altering her bridesmaid dress, but the bride said she loved the changes. The car accident that killed TikTok star Gabriel Salazar is being investigated as a possible human smuggling event, Homeland Security reportedly says. $8 trillion coin could be minted within hours of a potential emergency decision to do so, former U.S. Mint director says. Column, The Hate follows Bubba Wallace on his biggest day. FBI raids office of NYC police union headed by chief who leaked arrests of mayor's daughter. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. New York mother, son arrested in theft of Pelosi staff's laptop during Capitol riot, NBC News. John Kerry goes viral after saying Biden literally had not been aware of what led to as France dust-up, Fox News. Texas board recommends pardon for George Floyd, The New York Times. These photos show how Huntington Beach is recovering after a major offshore oil spill, BuzzFeed News. Windows 11 versus Windows 10, every upgrade to know about, CNET. Ex-Trump staffer Max Miller files defamation lawsuit against Stephanie Grisham over abuse allegations, Cleveland.com. New AirPods Pro and AirPods Max firmware adds updated Find My integration, Mac rumors. Merck sells COVID pill for 40 times what it costs to make, The Intercept. Brian Laundrie stole, used Gabby Petito's credit card and ran from police, family attorney, Fox News. Trump drops off Forbes' list of America's richest people for the first time in 25 years, USA Today. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Nevada GOP Senate candidate won't commit to certifying 2024 election results. Model Lila Moss had her insulin pump on full display while walking runway. Danger, Republicans swear they won't blink on debt limit. Mike Lindell, Fox News used Dominion lawsuit as excuse to fire Lou Dobbs. Kristen Stewart shares her take on Emma Corrin's portrayal of Princess Diana. FBI raids NYPD Union office and home of its right-wing leader. Game of Thrones prequel teaser unleashes fiery Targaryen backstory. Ainsley Earhart Schuer refers to her friends a lot in a Daily Show Supercut. Authorities confirm body found in Orlando belongs to missing Florida teen Maya Marcano. Man playing lottery shocks reporter with how he'd spend his winnings. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Youth football team celebrates very special TD. Fox hangs out on Daphne family's front porch. Teen hit by stray bullet hears her own voice again. 10 missing children recovered in operation. Counselor goes above and beyond to help students. Man beat leukemia only to die by reckless driver. Mother rents billboard to say fentanyl kills. Man confronts thieves as they steal his car. Urban farmer arrested following backyard duck discussion. Man goes viral for eating Chipotle in all 50 states. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Facebook whistleblower urges lawmakers to regulate the company. Yankees and Red Sox to face off in wild-card game. Democrats lost the most in Midwestern factory towns, report says. What does Mitch McConnell want in the debt ceiling standoff? Debbie King, 71, backstage aide known as Soul of Carnegie Hall, dies. Facebook, school masks, young boy, your Tuesday evening briefing. Justice Department to weigh prosecuting FBI agents in Nassar case. Biden scales back his agenda in hopes of bringing moderates on board. Fed Chair Jerome Powell faces reappointment amid tumult. Aussie media is accused in a lawsuit of fraudulent conduct. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Charlie Sheen will no longer pay Denise Richards child support, actress blindsided by ruling, report. Will Kane, Biden administration treats Americans like the enemy. CBS's Gayle King accuses Afghan withdrawal critics of Monday morning quarterbacking. Newt Gingrich, bold big government socialism versus timid big government socialism. Senator Tom Cotton condemns Biden administration for sicking feds on concerned parents, dangerous overreach. NHL Eastern Conference race still runs through Tampa Bay. Rep McCall, sadly ironic Marine and Brigette Lejeune for speaking truth while Biden WH lacks accountability. Iowa's ball-hawking defense primed to face Penn State pass duo. David Marcus, how I survived a day without Facebook. Pac-12 CFP chances not quite dead even after Oregon loss. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, October 5th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. French fishermen warned they could blockade Calais and the Channel Tunnel in post, Brexit fishing row. Kate Middleton put on a stylish display as she visited University College London. Facebook whistleblower is a Harvard grad raised who worked for Silicon Valley's biggest names. Great British Bake Off 2021, Rajika is eliminated while Giuseppe wins Star Baker during Bread Week. Renee Zellweger unrecognizable in a controversial fat suit on set of Pam Hupp movie. How to survive the big squeeze, personal finance experts' top tips. Husband, 46, brutally murdered his wife in her home while their daughter was in the next bedroom. Facebook admits its engineers made mistake that caused $100 7-hour outage. Sajid Javid vows to slash paperwork so GPs can spend more time meeting face-to-face with patients. John Humphreys, yes, Boris can bang on, but I'd never have dared speak to him like that. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. The Pandora Papers political fallout grows. Catholic clergy in France likely abused more than 200,000 minors, independent commission estimates. Everyone here hated the Americans, rural Afghans live with the Taliban and a painful U.S. legacy. Lights, camera, blast off, rocket launches Russian film crew to make first ever feature in space. Hello literally everyone, Twitter flooded with users during Facebook, Instagram outage. Global hunt for looted treasures leads to offshore trusts. Climate change killed 14% of the world's coral reefs in a decade, study finds. The U.S. posted a huge reward for a suspected drug kingpin in Guinea-Bissau, but capturing him is complicated. Under fire for abuses, Egypt releases human rights strategy to mixed reviews. U.S. Army investigating after Confederate flag is raised at barracks in Germany. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Facebook harms children and is damaging democracy, claims whistleblower. Biden says $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill provides a blue-collar blueprint, live. XR activist storms Louis Vuitton's Paris show but it's all smiles at Chanel. Officials knew of California oil spill 12 hours before cleanup began. Facebook outage highlights global over-reliance on its services. Moral bankruptcy, whistleblower offers scathing assessment of Facebook. Bubba Wallace's historic talent ego win is the payoff of self-made luck. Shooting stars, Russians beating U.S. in race for first film shot in space. North Carolina school board bans critical race theory from its classrooms. Alex Morgan rips systemic failure that led to NWSL sexual misconduct scandal. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Florida trying to block money Biden sent to school districts fined for mask mandates. Workers at all of Kellogg's U.S. cereal plants go on strike. 7 injured passengers suing Amtrak over deadly Montana train derailment. Watch, hot air balloons light up New Mexico skies. Watch, buses destroyed by flames in Rome. Watch, meteor spotted streaking through the sky over Colorado. Volvo issues voluntary recall for over 400,000 cars due to fatal airbag defect. Former Chief of Staff to Maryland Governor indicted. Nobel Physics Prize goes to 3 for climate discoveries. Key takeaways from Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen Senate testimony. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Facebook harms children and weakens democracy, ex-employee. Facebook down, Zuckerberg apologizes for 6-hour outage. Fishing rights row, France warns that agreements with the UK are at risk. The buck stops with Mark, whistleblower blasts Facebook's aversion. Anti-Semitic graffiti discovered by staff at Auschwitz death camp. Facebook and Instagram outage, how did it affect influencers? French church abuse, victims demand action after inquiry. Russian film team boldly shoot towards space station. Philippines, son of ex-dictator Marcos to run for president. Pandora Papers, public pressure will cause politicians to act. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Did an anchor strike the pipeline? Cause of California oil spill catastrophe could be determined soon. How some of the most historic oil spills in U.S. history are still affecting us today. U.S. deaths from virus in 2021 surpassed 2020 total. Johnson & Johnson seeks FDA clearance for booster shots. COVID updates. Freedom Riders traveled deep into the South in 1961. Klansmen beat them, then set their bus on fire. Crews work to clean up, contain California oil spill. Poor health choices are killing rural Americans, and COVID-19 makes it worse. Schumer, debt default getting dangerously close. McConnell on debt limit, Democrats must step up. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Op-ed, the Huntington Beach oil spill is a once and future catastrophe. Orange County oil spill renews calls to ban offshore drilling. Educators beware, TikTok challenge to slap a teacher prompts urgent warning. Court blocks California from banning privately run U.S. immigration detention centers. Who knew about the Orange County oil spill and when? Stormy weather brings more than 3,000 lightning strikes and power outages to SoCal. Did a wayward ship anchor cause Orange County oil spill? Here's what we know. Despite Friday night reports, Coast Guard waited until first light Saturday to confirm oil spill. Orange County oil spill sparks race to save wildlife. COVID vaccine disinformation a big reason behind low inoculation rates, officials say. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Captured, killed or compromised, CIA admits to losing dozens of informants. Ireland set to agree historical minimum corporate tax rate. A whistleblower detective in China describes the torture methods used to get duyers to confess. The Pandora Papers show the true face of global Britain. The Pandora Papers, the secret reach of a parallel universe. Risk of death more than 130% higher with Delta variant than original COVID virus, research suggests. Israeli settler attacks on Palestinians more than double in 2 years, report. Clean environment could become UN human right, not so fast, say US, Britain. Canadian study, risk of death 133% higher with Delta than original COVID. Fighters launched from Japanese warships for the first time since World War II. Pandora Papers reveal hidden reach of Putin's inner circle. Our world news is looking for new mods. Yezo virus, new disease that infects humans, discovered in Japan. China's Xi instructs army to increase military pressure near Taiwan. Taliban say graduates of 2000 to 2020 of no use, report. The next headlines are from Forbes. 1,400 Kellogg cereal workers go on strike across U.S. ZukTalk vs. and. Blackpink's debut album hits a full year on Billboard's world chart. WHO slams heartbreaking inequity as over 50 countries fail to vaccinate just 10% of population. It's official, after a 75-year gap, the Japanese Navy has an aircraft carrier. Single adults make less money than partnered ones, study says. Hot public markets clamoring for IPOs, but will they overlook Rent-the-Runway's losses? A record 106 state-level abortion restrictions have been passed this year, the places with the most may surprise you. Is Adele about to announce a Las Vegas residency? Biden administration orders Arizona to scrap anti-mask grants to schools in latest push against red states that have banned mask mandates. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Reboot AI with human values. Climate modelers and theorists of complex systems share physics Nobel. A model for diversifying faculty recruitment. Deal-making in the early universe, galaxies merge to grow. From the archive. Poor planning compounded European flooding catastrophes. Remembering a giant of chemical crystallography. A magnetic patch on a twitchy arm makes a useful current. Deploy heat officers, policies and metrics. COVID vaccines cut the risk of transmitting Delta, but not for long. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,736,020,750 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Netflix is now selling official Squid Game merchandise in its online store. Oscars Board of Governors approves annual meeting for entire membership. Dick Wolf on his tremendous premiere week, and what to expect with a Law & Order revival exclusive. LA Law sequel series starring Blair Underwood ordered to pilot at ABC. Netflix brings award hopefuls Procession and a cop movie to Paris Theatre for Doc Showcase exclusive. Jesse Williams, So Zhao, Steve Zahn, Tig Notaro and Wesley Kimmel join Netflix rom-com Your Place or Mine exclusive. 6 opening is joyous as Broadway welcomes its first new musical since shutdown. Jeremy O'Hara's pull slave play from LA run over Center Theatre Group's lack of women playwrights. ESPN Sage Steele pulled off air after controversial podcast comments, positive COVID test. A bunch of Amazon devices are already on sale for the holidays. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Whistleblower's testimony has resurfaced Facebook's Instagram problem. Communities plan to search for more Indigenous children's remains in Canada. A Southern Baptist panel has voted to open legal records to investigators of abuse. How Taylor Swift and her master recordings play into the Virginia race for governor. An Afghan refugee girl grew up to be a prize-winning doc, with a little help from dad. The nation's largest public library system is ending late fees forever. Thanks partly to the pandemic, Donald Trump has dropped off the Forbes 400 list. Tesla must pay $137 million to a black employee who sued for racial discrimination. The Justice Department will address threats against school officials and staff. A new report shows just how much climate change is killing the world's coral reefs. The following headlines are from The Week. Biden, infrastructure, spending bills are not about moderate versus progressive. Will this MLB postseason belong to a bunch of old guys? Facebook responds to whistleblower testimony by asking to be regulated. The Taliban is the only team on the field to quell Afghanistan's ISIS-K threat. The debt ceiling, a fight about nothing. Why a deeply divided Senate may be a greater threat to Democrats than Republicans. Virginia gubernatorial candidate rolls out ad campaign aimed at Taylor Swift fans. Unusual Cable specifies that dozens of Central Intelligence Agency informants have been arrested, killed in recent years. Department of Justice reviewing decision not to charge FBI agents in Larry Nassar investigation. Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen says the company chooses to grow at all costs. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Grieving in Orange. The woman who beat the government's border wall. No other option. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Arid meteor outburst in the works this week. There's enough sunlight getting through Venus clouds to support high-altitude life. NASA spacecraft takes a picture of Jupiter from the moon. A technique to find oceans on other worlds. It'll soon be possible to make satellite phone calls with your regular phone. Here's Perseverance, seen from space. Astronomers look at super-Earths that had their atmospheres stripped away by their stars. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, October 5th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. First ocean drone video from inside a hurricane. Why is Mars sometimes bright, but not in October 2021? October birthstone, opal or tourmaline. Can you see the Big Dipper in autumn? The next news is from Politico. Macron on French-US alliance, we will see. Complex EU leads Europe to diverge from US on coronavirus vaccine booster. Facebook faces wrath of European Union lawmakers working on online content rules. French Catholic clergy sexually abuse 216,000 children, report finds. Romanian government falls after losing no confidence vote. Pelosi to Dems, brace for downsizing. Lawmakers, inspired by Pandora Papers, to push new anti-corruption bill. EU2, Brussels gets mad at Ted Cruz. Opinion why Democrats would be fools to slash Biden's housing plan. GOP's debt limit challenge, don't be a complete a-hole. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, Victoria records 1,420 new local COVID-19 cases, 11 deaths. Paul Tooltip to succeed John Barilaro as NSW Deputy Premier. APRA unveils loan curbs for new customers as housing risks grow. AFL trade period day 3, all eyes remain on Carlton and how they can land Adam Serra. Optus Stadium mulls changes to security protocols after AFL Grand Final stunts. Response to AFL Grand Final pranksters reveals post 9/11 Age of Fear. Gold Coast of the West, Scarborough residents fighting high rises on 5 fronts. Football Australia to investigate allegations of sexual harassment, indecent assault in women's football. Australia and Britain's love greater than Kylie and Jason's, Britain's new foreign secretary. ASX futures up 0.7%, oil prices keep rising as Wall Street rebounds. Vaccine booking feature added to check-in Queensland app. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Personal Finance Daily, not all homeowners fetch the same return on their investment and how to settle a loved one's estate. Market Extra, nearly 70% of big U.S. companies are adopting a flexible work model, says Morgan Stanley. Newswatch, this veteran analyst hears echoes of the 1929 crash in today's stock market. Market Snapshot, Dow ends more than 300 points higher, as U.S. stocks stage partial recovery from Monday's tech-led rout. Bond Report, 30-year Treasury yield hits 3-month high and 10-year Treasury breaches 1.50%. Market Extra, Wall Street mourns one of stock market's brightest minds, biggest hearts hit by car. The number 1, that's rich, both Trump and Oprah bumped from the Forbes 400 list. Biden says world will pass us by without infrastructure, social spending bills. Project Syndicate, how the US and China can avoid sleepwalking into war. Futures movers, U.S. oil futures build on a nearly 7-year high, natural gas prices post highest finish since 2008. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Deadpool shows why one of Spider-Man's worst villains is a secret powerhouse, CBR, Comic Book Resources. Scott Trees receive SAFT Gold Medal Award in Orlando, Perishable News. Is Acacia Research Corp., ACTG, stock about to get hot Tuesday, Investors Observer. Remembering John B. Schorsch, Antiques and the Arts Online. Revolutionize your patent process to maximize innovator value, urges GE Research IP Chief IM. Medical Intellectual Property Market Analysis by Size, Shares, Future Demands, Regions and Forecast to 2030 White Case LLP, Altamimi Company, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart, Sullivan, LLP, Wilmer Hale, IRL, A Meat Tangy Digest, A Meat Tangy Digest. Form 8K Agrify Corp 4, September 29th StreetInsider.com. James Dyson dishes on his biggest hits and misses, Fast Company. Decline of the garden shed inventor, intellectual property, UK, Mondac News alerts. Patent eligibility jurisprudence, Patent Leo. The next headlines are from Quartz. The U.S. has 11 times more monuments to mermaids than congresswomen. Watch, how to manage Gen Z. Why Hollywood crews have authorized a strike. Latinos have fewer objections, but more obstacles, to getting their kids vaccinated. Too soon? Who will benefit if we make internet access a reality for everyone in Africa? What is the point of a stablecoin? Nick Clegg, Facebook's lead apologist, used to be a political idealist. Racism is set to cost Tesla nearly $140 million. The 2021 Physics Nobel upholds the grim truths of climate science. The following headlines are from TechDirt. OnlyFans isn't the first site to face moderation pressure from financial intermediaries, and it won't be the last. TechDirt Podcast Episode 300, How Our Views Have Changed Over 300 Episodes. Investigation, CBP targeted journalists, illegally shared info with Mexico, and attempted to cover it all up. A new hope for moderation and its discontents? Daily Deal, the JavaScript DOM game developer bundle. Rethinking Facebook, we need to make sure that good for the world is more important than good for Facebook. Company that handles billions of text messages quietly admits it was hacked years ago. Hack data exposes law enforcement officers who joined far-right Oath Keepers group. Disney defeats lawsuit brought by company owning Evil's rights over Toy Story 4 character. Tesla self-driving NDA hopes to hide the reality of an unfinished product. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Steve Jobs. Dave Chappelle. Brandi Carlile. Sage Steele. Shannon Doherty. World Teachers Day 2021. Urban Meyer video. Dogecoin. House of the Dragon. Raven. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. FBI raids NYPD Sergeant's Union office and home of controversial leader Ed Mullins regarding ongoing investigation. Central Intelligence Agency informants overseas get killed, captured or compromised by dozens, according to media citing top secret cable. Trump is off Forbes' top 400 richest list, elating critics, but he's still worth billions. Elite police unit deployed to French prison as inmate reportedly dubbed Monster of Cologne takes 2 guards hostage. Facebook is too powerful, morally bankrupt and in need of government oversight, whistleblower Haugen tells Senate. Intense face-off, Cristiano Ronaldo laughs after playfully wrestling UFC pal Khabib Nurmagomedov before stare-down and hug, video. Republicans blast Garland after Department of Justice promises to investigate threats against teachers over mask mandates and critical race theory. Police investigating possible foul play after former youth international footballer, 31, is found dead in car in Greece. You don't own your body, NBA star fears health problems as he reveals his anguish over being forced to take a vaccine or quit. Telegram's popularity surges amid Facebook outages. 70 million new users flock to messaging app. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Dems try to sneak handout that provides billions of dollars to illegal aliens with kids into Biden's spending bill. Landlords express frustration with LA's eviction moratorium as state eviction ban ends. A politically motivated abuse of power, GOP rep rages at AG Garland's weaponization of the Department of Justice against dissenting parents. Bitcoin soars as SEC's Gensler echoes Powell, promises no China-style crypto ban in U.S. China folds, unloads Australian coal despite import ban amid power crunch. WTI dips after API reports second straight week of unexpected crude inventory builds. Will the holiday season be ruined by the global supply chain crisis? Massive squeeze sends crypto bank like no other, Silvergate soaring. They're coming for you. Big tech, Bitcoin, break-evens, and black gold surge as debt limit doubts loom. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Biden pitches investment plans amid deadlock in U.S. Congress. Palestinian factions in Gaza call to end latest UNRWA's deal. Biden aide to meet with top Chinese diplomat amid tensions. Is Turkey really serious about climate change? Libyan legislative elections delayed until January, Parliament. U.S. natural gas prices jump 9.5% to highest since 2008. Pandora Papers, Lebanon PM Mikati says family wealth legal. Has Facebook become too powerful? Court jail served former policeman for Kosovo killings. Ex-Northsel footballers demand action to protect players from abuse. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Far-left whistleblower quit Facebook because it wound down election interference unit. 7 times Dave Chappelle torches the left in latest comedy special, Gender is a Fact. Far-left Facebook whistleblower, people like me should regulate big tech. Far-left Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen working with Trump impeachment lawyers. Iowa State Senate rejects Democrat-leaning redistricting map. Hillary Clinton, GOP election integrity laws creating a constitutional crisis. Nolte, Biden unleashes FBI Gestapo to terrorize parents opposed to critical race theory. Report, Hunter Biden peddles paintings for $500K to Eric Garcetti and Moby in Los Angeles art exhibit. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan's former chief of staff indicted on fraud charges. Sarah Silverman blasts squad over Iron Dome opposition, people like dead Jews. The next headlines are from UPI News. Maryland man wins $100,000 lottery prize 1 year after $1 jackpot. Watch, cliff diver's lost wedding ring returned, thanks to another diver, social media. Look, British 18-year-old becomes youngest to fly around world. Watch, barn owl rescued from bucket of molasses on British farm. Watch, athlete known as Dutch giant named world's tallest bodybuilder. Reported tarantulas stranded on California roof was old Halloween prop. Alabama man unofficially breaks chin-up world record. Virginia man wins 4 times in one lottery drawing for a total of $352,112. 30 Guinness World Record set at Virgin Money London Marathon. Watch, monkey wanders into airport VIP lounge in India. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. World's tallest observation wheel is opening, bartenders mix drinks while you ride. Uplifting TV series Earthshot with David Attenborough documents the repairing of our planet. Watch. Belgian mathematician, lecturer, and musician just completed electronic music album made entirely of data from black holes. Promising results from antiviral pill may change the game for COVID-19 effects, finds clinical trial. Dogs catch chemical cues from humans that transmit owners fear, excitement, or anger to pups. White noise of flickering screens helps children with learning difficulties to read and write better, says study. Dog that was stuck in a 30-foot deep cavern for 2 weeks is rescued and joyfully reunited. Watch. How planets may be seeded with the chemicals necessary for life. Why do animals play? Because they need to play, just like children do. 5 Midwestern governors sign up to create DEF charging network to keep electric vehicles moving. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, October 5th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Leaked documents reveal U.S. Navy experiments with a space-time modification weapon. A group of violent otters is mysteriously attacking people and dogs in Alaska. Man dies after he's bashed in the head with cane for asking Manhattan homeless man for a cigarette, cops. 2,700-year-old toilet found in Jerusalem was a rare luxury. 6-year-old finds mastodon tooth in Michigan Nature Preserve. The people who claim to hear the Northern Lights. William Shatner, 90, is headed to space with Audrey Powers on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin mission. Seinfeld fans decry iconic comedy series new aspect ratio and move to Netflix. SC School District warns after elementary student follows through with slap a teacher TikTok challenge. Playboy makes history with first openly gay cover star, Bretman Rock. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. U.S. Army funds sleeping cap that could modulate brain health of soldiers. It's official, Google's Pixel 6 event happens October 19th. Brain implant relieves woman's depression by zapping her with electricity. This 12-course mega collection can teach you cybersecurity top to bottom, and it's under $25. AnyFix iOS lets Apple users fix ailing devices without a trip to the Apple Store. Forget about cars, Honda wants flying vehicles, Avatar robots, and rockets. Barcelona's hidden smart city, how tech and history can live in harmony. Earbud Battle Royal, OnePlus Buds Pro vs Nothing Ear 1 vs Google Pixel Buds A. Russia's trying to control the internet, and Google and Apple are helping. Tinder will give you an app currency to keep your profile active. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New measurement methods promises spectacular insights into the interior of planets. Growing potential for toxic algal blooms in the Alaskan Arctic. A robot that finds lost items. COVID-19, without masks, 2 meters distancing is not enough, research finds. Or mothers provide milk for their young. Super enhancers, the villain fueling certain cancers. Cancer chemotherapy drug reverses Alzheimer's symptoms in mice. Those under 40 are more likely than older adults to recover COVID-related smell and taste loss, study finds. Extreme exoplanet even more exotic than originally thought. Mitigating lung damage, mortality due to SARS-CoV-2. The next headlines are from Information Week. Pratt & Whitney's low-code strategy to save development time. Reinventing the customer experience, one process at a time. Moving banks out of their brick-and-mortar mindset. Why enterprises are training AI for local markets. 3 ways to better apply AI to small data sets. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, October 5th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. La NASA y FEMA presentar la serie Alianza para la Acción Climática on October. NASA, FEMA to host Alliance for Climate Action series in October. NASA invites media to launch up double asteroid redirection test. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Mayor bans new homeless shelters in Salt Lake City, temporarily. Lee asks whistleblower whether Facebook ads target teenagers. No new Olympic venues need to be built, Salt Lake organizers say. Bagley cartoon, Confederacy of People doing their own research. Medical experts urge eligible Utahns to get a COVID-19 booster shot. See where Google has bought 300 acres in Utah. Friend, teammate of Aaron Lowe and Ty Jordan trying to move forward. 19-year-old arrested in the shooting death of a West Jordan teen. 8 reputable background check companies, what is the best background check site? Mormon vanquished, Moroni missing, pageants pulled, is the LDS Church losing its identity? The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Activists are designing mesh networks to deploy during civil unrest. NASA's Armageddon-style asteroid deflection mission takes off next month. Microsoft explains how it keeps PC makers happy while also competing with them. Investors spent millions on Evolved Apes NFTs, then they got scammed. Russian actress and director to start making first movie on space station. Ransomware bill would give victims 48 hours to report payments. Amazon is working on a smart fridge that tracks what's inside. Remembering Steve Jobs, 10 years later. U.S. lawmakers demand Facebook probes, whistleblower says children harmed. Bitcoin set to become legal payment in Brazil. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Boaters rescued after vessel stuck on chain of rocks. Illinois fisherman reels in over $100,000 prize at Missouri's Base Bash. Brian Laundrie's sister urges brother to surrender, says parents should come clean if they helped him disappear. Nellie's Wildwood mansion has finally sold. St. Louis County businessman indicted for bank fraud involving PPP loans. Happy Joe's expected to expand Missouri locations. 48% of Missouri's total population fully vaccinated against COVID. NLCS tickets at Busch Stadium are available starting Thursday. College visit road trip results in $50,000 Powerball win for St. Charles family. Shiloh man charged with home invasion, kidnapping. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Officials, California oil pipeline split, apparently dragged. 4,000 lightning strikes recorded during SoCal storm, NWS. Carlsbad man sentenced to multiple life terms for molesting young girls. SDPD releases name of officer who shot motorcyclist during chase. County supervisors vote to oppose further sexually violent predator placements. More than 1 million property tax bills sent out by county tax collector. What cruise passengers can expect with Kingdom set to depart San Diego. Residents urged to avoid water at beaches, bays following storm. Some county residents still without power after fierce thunderstorm. Ex-Facebook employee brings sharp criticisms to Congress. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Marine Corps to receive innovative fire control system for small arms. U.S. Space Force's latest missile warning satellite is ready for launch. Pratt Miller integrates robotic vehicle with new Stryker turret. Taiwan says China makes largest air incursion ever. Russia expects doomsday submarine trials to be done by year's end. Peru leads multinational force in amphibious landing during Unitas LXII. U.S. Army tests newest generation sniper system. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Drones fall from the sky during failed performance in Zhengzhou. Beijing lights, Ant Wong on cats and contentment. Patriotic films dominate China's National Day holiday as industry faces pile-up of unreleased titles. Biden's trade chief presses China to fulfill Trump agreement pledges, signals little change in tariffs. The end of China's runaway growth. FIBA Women's Asia Cup Instant Classic, Japan beats China to claim fifth straight title. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Lemon Law Basics, what to know before buying a car. Peanuts gang to star in new holiday special for Auld Lang Syne on Apple TV+. 330,000 children sexually abused in church, French report shows. Volvo recalls thousands of older cars over risk of explosions. Video catches high-speed chase, driver held hostage at gunpoint. He lived life king-sized, Oklahoma doctor killed in apparent crossbow accident. I thought I was going to die, kayaker bitten by brown recluse spider in Virginia. New drug combo shows promise at stopping COVID infections, study finds. Trump falls off Forbes list of 400 richest Americans. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. New customs facility could boost international travel, business at Chicago Executive Airport. Remaining, renewed and new Big 12 rivalries after Red River. COVID-19 update, 1,708 hospitalized, 23 more deaths, 3,058 new cases. Bloomingdale's Old Town Brew Fest returns on Saturday. Des Plaines Townhouse Plan gets preliminary approval from City Council. DuPage Forest Preserve to offer tours of Research Center. Defense expert testifies Rittenhouse's decision to shoot was justified. Could Bears Stadium benefit Arlington Heights taxpayers? Mayor says yes. Stray zebras from Gobert's pumpkin patch caused 2-hour chase near Pingree Grove. Better, McGurran calls Eric Ferguson serial abuser of women. He'll be off the air all month. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Report, these used cars had the greatest year-over-year price increases in Seattle. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 53.46 km, in Japan May 10, 2021, 1746 UTC, 780,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Sam 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for La Palma in Spain. Green alert for tropical cyclone Victor 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 31.78 km, in Kermadec Islands, New Zealand April 10, 2021, 6:34 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.3 m, depth 10 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands April 10, 2021, 3:54 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Islamic Republic of Iran April 10, 2021, 2:39 UTC, 1,240,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green forest fire alert in Botswana. Green forest fire alert in Namibia. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, October 5th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. J&J seeks U.S. clearance for COVID-19 vaccine booster shots. Harris Company District Attorney's Office opens probe into Houston's procurement policies. Both blamed for shutting down Gulf Freeway during afternoon rush hour. Texas prosecutor drops charges after migrants claim they were marched to private property. Memorial Hermann adjusts visiting policy as COVID-19 cases decline in Houston. Mom of victim in 2015 massacre called for help multiple times before family was found dead. Parents sue and end Texas boy's death from brain-eating amoeba. Houston police looking for armed man who stole medication from pharmacy on Buffalo Speedway. Queen star Natreen Norton is on a mission to empower women, young girls. Harris County Post Office renamed after deputy killed in 2019 traffic stop. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Kopka, DeChambeau to face off in made-for TV match in Vegas. Force expert, Rittenhouse decisions to shoot were reasonable. DEA agent killed in Arizona Amtrak shooting was noted leader. New York mother, son arrested in theft of laptop at Capitol. Falcons play CB Oliver, punter Nazilek on injured reserve. California pipeline may have been hooked by ship's anchor. Ex-Facebook manager criticizes company, urges more oversight. Rise in single people, who earn less, worries researchers. Lehner encouraged after meeting with NHL and Players Union. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, maybe the real treasure was the bad art friends we made along the way. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Open Streets pop-up programming coming to the Bronx and Queens in October. Lawmakers and lawyers try to halt LaGuardia Air Train project. Voter registration deadlines loom for NY and NJ. FBI raids NYPD Sergeants Union headquarters, Ed Mullen's home. Early edition, suburban millennial mobsters who were always texting blamed for the mob's downfall. Why some healthcare workers are vaccine hesitant despite their medical training. New York City's public libraries eliminate late fees. Extra, Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp are down and I feel fine. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Veritas, Pfizer scientists admit natural antibodies beat COVID-19 vaccine, call company evil. U.S. government provides another trove of offshore papers of people it dislikes. Twitter censors obituary of woman whose family says she died from COVID vaccine complications. New Zealand abandons controversial zero-COVID policy. Soldier supersuits will send surroundings soon. Video, Rand Paul warns health authoritarians are hysterical about the unvaccinated. New documents show the Fed's trading scandal includes two of the Wall Street banks it supervises, Goldman Sachs and Citigroup. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Helen Keller, Anne Sullivan, and the Nobel Prize parable. Does this photo show a star being born? NYC public libraries will end late fees and push for equity. Milestone for Bubba Wallace as he earns first NASCAR victory. Russian film crew in orbit to make first movie in space. What caused the October 2021 Facebook outage? Alan Coulter, announcer for David Letterman, dies at 78. Is Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name Moon? Jury awards $6.30 to Shannon Doherty in State Farm fire suit. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Video, Instagram post spread Texas lawmakers' false claims on vaccine testing. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. GOP hopeful sues ex-girlfriend Stephanie Grisham on Mattel All Book Tour. My below guy's new theory, Fox and Dominion conspire to cancel Lou Dobbs. Immortal Henrietta Lacks family says biotech firms are still using her cells like chattel. GOP lawmaker pushes insane claim octopus-like creatures are in vax. Feds say flashy cannabis execs used a phony CEO, blew investors cash. Fox host claims Sinema was assaulted on flight, where was the FAA? Daughter stabs elderly father and his girlfriend to death in waterfront Jersey Shore home, cops say. No one is holding Mark Zuckerberg accountable, Facebook whistleblower tells Senate panel. FBI agents descend on headquarters of NYPD Sergeants Union. These flexible Lenovo Chromebooks are under $300 today only. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Dave Grohl was told Kurt Cobain died month before suicide, new book. Watch the appalling video that helped get Bill Gross sentenced to jail. Fran Drescher stops Brooklyn traffic filming Gravesend at local Pawnee Palace. Alexis Lafreniere bringing newfound confidence to second Ranger season. Disturbing video shows trio punching, stabbing teen in broad daylight. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Celebrating a century of variable star astronomy. Ask Astro how and why do satellites orbit Lagrange points? Snapshot Martian string of craters. How to image the cosmos in hydrogen alpha with a Canon RAW. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Climate change is a huge threat, so why isn't everyone talking about it? Russian actress rockets into orbit for movie shoot in space. After massive California oil spill, response time under scrutiny. NIH Chief Dr. Francis Collins to step down. COVID-19 is never going to end, experts say. Climate change takes center stage in Nobel Prize for Physics. Dr. Scott Gottlieb discusses coronavirus response failures at CDC. The impact climate change has on the Great Lakes. Spanish government pledges $240 million in La Palma aid as new fissures open in volcano eruption. Iconic Roman pine trees at risk from dangerous parasites. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. NYC health experts, politicians demand de Blasio expand COVID vaccine mandate. New York's Cannabis Control Board meets, adds flower to medical program. Kellogg's workers go on strike across U.S. cereal plants. New Orleans 10-year-old escapes from kidnappers after being forced into car. Eric Adams calls Curtis Sliva a racist who cannot be taken seriously as NYC mayoral election nears. NY Governor Hochul, more COVID vaccine mandates could be in the works. Brian Laundrie's sister begs him to come forward in case of his dead girlfriend Gabby Petito. Florida high-rise evacuated after meth lab found in vacant apartment. Mississippi woman charged with COVID stimulus fraud. Suspect in Ahmaud Arbery killing doesn't want jury to hear about his license plate featuring Confederate symbol. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. After Illinois richest resident Ken Griffin slams governor over Chicago violence, Pritzker claps back. Former Northwestern professor takes witness stand, describes stabbing, killing of boyfriend as a threesome gone wrong. Private schools violating COVID mask mandate will get probation rather than non-recognized status under Illinois Board of Ed policy change. Kim Foxx calls Mayor Lightfoot's criticisms of fatal West Side shooting case inappropriate and wrong. Kyle Rittenhouse attorneys argue Wisconsin hunting laws allowed him to carry the gun he used to kill 2 people and injure a third. Corrections and clarifications. East Chicago man admits stabbing death, then dumping body in a lake. Chicago Health Commissioner cautiously optimistic about holiday gatherings this year, go ahead and make some tentative plans, but no guidance could change. Former Eric Ferguson co-host Melissa McGurran breaks silence, alleges unbearable work conditions at WTMX Radio. Former Cook County Sheriff's official alleges in lawsuit he was fired because of his age. It was a slap in the face. The following headlines are from phys.org. Process leading to supernova explosions and cosmic radio bursts unearthed at PPPL. Improving the evidence, scientists review quantitative climate migration literature. How the expanded child tax credit is helping families. As oil and dead wildlife wash up, California seeks end to offshore drilling. Why at Antarctide? Physicists report promising approach to harnessing exotic electronic behavior. Late-time small-body asteroid disruptions can protect the Earth. Water hemp goes off script to resist herbicides. Physics Nobel, deciphering climate disorder to better predict it. Study, India is home to half of all people vulnerable to life-threatening heat. New way to image whole organisms in 3D brings key skin color pigment into focus. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, October 5th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. 6 ways to wake up feeling more rested. Pandemic waves, then and now. 8 ancient languages still spoken today. Best Delta 8 THC for sale, top 9 vendors of 2021. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Looking back at 10 memorable games from Russell Wilson's 100 wins. A capsule look at the White Sox-Astros playoff series. Court tosses ban on private immigration jails in California. Amazon CEO, citing rougher patch with Seattle, looks too burbs. Money in politics, totally unequal process. Washington State Senator David Frock to step down at the end of his term in 2022. 2 other senators plan to leave office. Money in politics, serious threat to our democracy. Michigan State, Penn State getting big boost from transfers. Rick Bird to receive Legends of Coaching Award. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Bay Area TV Sports What to Watch on Wednesday, Thursday. San Jose to vote on program for Guadalupe River Park homelessness. Justin Bieber's latest role, marijuana pitchman. South Bay private high schools evacuated after afternoon bomb threats. Biden eager to get out of D.C., tout his spending plan. San Jose Sharks camp, who's left, and are these young bucks ready for the NHL? Warriors are chasing wins this year, Steve Kerr says, a nod to his critics. Kurtenbach, why the Warriors are already light years ahead of last year's team, even without Klay Thompson. Florida woman attacked by gator after falling into canal. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Brian Laundrie's family issues statement explaining return to Florida without Gabby Petito. Damage control, U.S., NATO officials scramble to patch up transatlantic rifts. Critics say Department of Justice move to stop school board threats will deter free speech. Biden says spending plan is necessary to compete with China. Grants to fund pastor sabbaticals go to 10 churches in D.C. region. George Soros bankrolling far-left groups harassing Manchin, Sinema for opposing $3.5 trillion spending bill. DHS pleads for department volunteers to process Afghans. Washington woman dies from J&J vaccine blood clotting syndrome. Stuart Scheller, Marine officer and Afghan critic, released from Briga's pre-trial hearing delayed. The next headlines are from The Intercept. We can shut down the crimes exposed by the Pandora Papers, if we want. Merck sells federally financed COVID pill to U.S. for 40 times what it costs to make. How the U.S. derailed an effort to prosecute its crimes in Afghanistan. How much is $3.5 trillion, really? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Go deep, White Sox, or don't even try to call this season a success. Sky's Dana Evans named to WNBA All-Rookie Team. New Streets and Sanitation Bus delivers housekeeping news. Council members want to hear. Chicago Fishing, Midwest Fishing Report, Chinook lead, snagging began, in landfall feed build some. Georgia Fox hoping CSI, Vegas will spark science appreciation. How White Sox, Astros match up in American League Division Series. Death of man who jumped from Lincoln Park apartment fire ruled a suicide. Ricardo Muti, art and culture can help heal a world devastated by the pandemic. Michigan Avenue mural shows city's interconnectedness and beautiful grit. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Facebook says maintenance error caused 6-hour outage. IPL, race for 4th playoff spot now between KKR and MI. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Lineup for menu of menus. running down the Rockets' 2021 roster. Preview, Rock of Ages with Hutsa the Hobby. Things to do, a preview with Andy Hull of Manchester Orchestra. COVID metrics improve nationwide as US deaths pass 700K. Houston Astros have several reasons for urgency this postseason. French DJ Median to play House of Blues this weekend. The weirdest SCPs in Texas. Try Highway Vodka's hemp-based vodka for National Vodka Day. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. The next headlines are about world records making news. Experts chart a way out of Victoria's world record lockdown and rising COVID case numbers, The Guardian. Speed Fiend bags Guinness World Record by hitting 143 miles per hour in fastest lawnmower ever built, The Sun. Bakersfield City Council to consider commissioning record-breaking artwork, The Bakersfield Californian. British 18-year-old becomes youngest to fly around world, UPI News. Amanda Lawrence, 84 kg, sets 3 raw world records at 2021 IPF World Championships, Barbend. European Track Championships 2021, Netherlands smashed the world record to take gold in women's team sprint, Eurosport.co.uk. Florida spear fisherman sets hogfish record, Outdoor Life. Coonhound with incredible 13-inch ears breaks Guinness World Record for longest ears on a dog, My Modern Met. Egyptian monofin swimmer fails in new Suez Canal Guinness World Record attempt, The National. Alabama man unofficially breaks chin-up world record, UPI News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. You absolutely must watch BBC One's Ghosts before the American import. Old mafia guys think texting has ruined the mob, report. Worldview to charge $50,000 for epic balloon rides to the stratosphere. How to get the most out of your Apple Pencil. Somewhere in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, there's an orc that looks like Harvey Weinstein. Mysterious, bright flash in space may actually have been rocket junk. A small war over bike lanes may be an Uber and Lyft conspiracy. George Clooney wasn't asked to reprise Batman for The Flash, and he's not surprised. The dark magic of the internet that brought Facebook to its knees. Amazon is building a smart fridge that knows what you eat. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Windermere in Australia at 110.66 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Minus Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. A civil war is brewing for the Iron Throne in House of the Dragon teaser. Report, Amazon-designed fridge will use the same tech as Amazon Go stores. Physics Nobel goes to complexity, both general and climatic. Nintendo wraps Smash Bros. Roster with Kingdom Hearts Sora. Facebook misled investors about shrinking user base, ex-employee alleges. Vaccine holdouts are just 1.8% of NY's largest health provider, now they're fired. The 12 best deals from Amazon's early Black Friday event. YouTube Music continues glacial development pace, adds background playback. Razer delivers new ultra-portable and gaming PC options for Windows 11. Brain implant relieves patients' severe depression in landmark U.S. study. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mark Meadows and his crew of Trump whisperers played into the president's worst instincts on COVID, book. GOP lawmaker says COVID deaths are a Vatican plot, and vaccines contain living organisms with tentacles. Jared Kushner would brag to White House staff that he could control Donald Trump, new book. Brian Laundrie's parents revealed they were mistaken about when their son left for his hike. Whistleblower warns Facebook is a threat to children and democracy in scathing testimony. Bodycam shows Minneapolis officers hunting civilians during George Floyd protests. FBI to investigate threats made against school board members and teachers. What he wants is simply chaos. NIT report exposes Mitch McConnell's insidious debt ceiling game. Pro-Trump attorney helps Michigan poll challenger sue Dominion over cease and desist letters. Melania Trump didn't understand why Grisham couldn't tell the press what to write. New book. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Cory Booker, we cannot solve climate change or inequality without fixing our food system. The Facebook whistleblower doesn't have the solution. Nationwide anti-rape protests demand consequences for college frats. What happens when local election administrators believe Trump's big lie? Big Oil is lying like mad to keep methane pollution fees out of budget bill. Illegal, inhumane immigration policy prompts another big resignation at the State Department. Check out these exclusive pics from Hunter Biden's big LA art opening. Texas Republicans are pulling out all the stops to dilute the voting power of people of color. Can we move our forests in time to save them? How to reform the oil industry from within. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Writer Liu Cixin on how his visions of the future collide with reality, The Wall Street Journal. 5 most realistic space movies, Space.com. Why so many of us are casual spider murderers, BBC News. UNC men's soccer has special Carolina soccer night in 4-0 win over NC State, the Daily Tar Heel. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. UMG and MedRhythms partner to treat neurological disorders with prescription music, EDM.com. A framework to enhance deep learning using first spike times, TechExplore. Brain health supplements market to grow in tremendous way, OpenPR. New hope for treating neurodegenerative diseases, Marshall County Tribune. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, October 5th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.